Hi honeys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Saida. You can also call me Akushika, Sai, or whatever is easier for you to pronounce, I'm okay with any. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the tips and tricks that I did to lose 60 pounds. Yes, 60 pounds. And I literally went from this to that. And it was a journey, okay? It wasn't something quick. So without further ado, let's get to it. Anyways, before I begin though, I would like to give you guys a little disclaimer. So make sure you pause this video and read. So the first thing that I actually did, and I think it's a very crucial part of this whole journey, is to change your mindset. Yes, change your mindset. Do not treat it as something that is a quick fix, treat it as something that is sustainable. That is why it's very important to tell yourself that, okay, I'm gonna go on this journey, and this journey is gonna be personal. No matter how long it takes, you're still gonna stick to it. So it's very important to change your mindset. Losing weight, I realized that it is a lifelong thing. It is something that you just don't lose it and then that's it. I think the hardest part about losing weight is not even losing weight, it's maintaining it. That is why you have to change your mindset and make sure you actually going to do something that is sustainable, which is exactly what I did. I just didn't get up and decide to starve myself, because I've done all that. And did it work? Yes. But did I like how I looked? No. So it's very important to change your mindset. Moving on to the second thing that I think played a very important role, or a huge role, was I stopped eating out. Yes, it's very hard, but I stopped eating out. Honestly, I've never really been a fan of junk food, so I stopped eating out. I would always cook my meals at home, because when you cook at home, you know exactly what you're putting inside your meals. Yes, and I'm gonna make other videos of what I actually cooked and how I actually cooked it, the things that I put in, because mind you, sometimes you might be cooking at home, but all that MSG that you're putting inside, listen, it's not gonna do anything. So if you want to see more of those videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I drop a video. Okay, so as I was saying, I always cook my meals and I would eat twice a day. That is very important. I would eat twice a day, and those two meals would be something, and I would always eat those meals whenever I'm hungry. So I would try and do like a 10 to 15 hour fasting window where I don't really eat anything. That also played a very huge part of me losing 60 pounds. Yes. The third thing that I did was I stuck with high protein meals. Yes, eat high protein. I don't care if you want to go carnivore or whatsoever, but make sure protein is a staple of your diet. That was more of my hierarchy. So I would do proteins, healthy fats, and then carbs, and then salads. Yeah. So you can try that, because you want to eat something that would keep you fuller for a very long time. And I'm a protein fan. Listen, I love eggs, I love chicken, I love meat, I love goat meat. Listen, I'm such a carnivore, so I think it kind of made everything easier for me. And as a Ghanaian, cooking at home meant that having to do a lot of substitutions. But there are days where, you know what, I'm just gonna use a palm oil like that. So I don't play with my Ghanaian food. Once in a while, I would just, have some banku here and there, or I would make some good bean stew. I still have the bean stew though, but not with a lot of oil. But yeah, I love me some good bean stew. And as a girl, I need me some kenke. And all Ghanaian meals are actually healthy. It's just that when you eat it in excess, it now becomes a problem, because it's very high in calories. Very, very high in calories. So keep that in mind. So I would say I don't believe in cheat meals, but the days that I feel like, I want to have something different, I would always eat my Ghanaian meal. Sometimes I would have kenke. Once in a while, actually, I would have kenke. I'm not really a fan of wache, but yeah, I would have kenke and some beans with some plantain, all that tasty stuff. And sometimes I would make a nice jollof, okay? Some good oven baked jollof rice. So the fourth thing that I actually did, and I feel like when you're losing weight, you should start slow. So I did not exercise. I really did not exercise because I was at my heaviest that I think I've ever been, and eating healthy and exercising was just going to increase my cortisol. So I did not exercise. However, there was something that I did to keep my blood sugar levels stable. After every meal, I would do like a little workout. When I say little workout, it would sometimes be just like a little walk. So if I'm at work and I'm done having lunch, I would walk for like 20 minutes. Right. And if I'm at home, I do have a stepper. So whenever I have dinner, I would just be on the stepper for like I would try and get like 2,000 steps, or I would just like to do 15 to 20 minutes because that stepper is brutal. Okay, it looks little but it's very mighty. So that was exactly what I did. So the next thing that I actually did was to track my meals. Yes, it is so important to track what you eat. Write it down. I don't know how you want to do it. If you like My Fitness Pal, you can use apps. You can have like a fitness planner. I personally use My Fitness Planner, so if you would want that, you can comment fitness down below and I will send it to you. Right, so that was what I did. I jotted down everything, and coming from someone, this is not the first time I'm doing this, okay? So you gotta take this from me. Write it down. If you're starting out on your weight loss journey, if it's your first time you're trying, or you've tried so many times, listen, write it down so that you track what you ate. Okay, and also I did not count calories, at least from the beginning. I was just focused on eating healthy, because as I said, this is going to be something that is like a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. Because when you do the yo-yo diet, trust me, it would always come back. So yes, make sure you track all your meals, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, everything. Track it down. It could be an app, a planner, even on pen and paper, however you like to do it. Just track it down, write it somewhere. Next thing that I actually did was to get tested. Yes, I did get my thyroid tested because the weight gain was so sudden, right? And in my case, I knew exactly what was wrong with me. I was stressed out. Listen, I was stressed out. I actually did a cortisol level test, and girl, if I tell you, my cortisol was above the roof, and a lot of things were stressing me out, and it was shown, like I could tell, because mind you, this is not the first time that I've gained weight, right? Like, and this time it was just different. I just didn't feel like me. Like, my neck was all dark. I could tell that I was probably getting diabetic. I don't know, but it was not looking good. So I did get a cortisol level test, and it was crazy. I mean, I knew I was stressed, right? So just get tested. Just like every disease, they say obesity is a disease. So for every disease, in order to treat it, you need to know the etiology of the disease, right? And with obesity, is a little bit different because everyone and what actually makes them gain weight. Some of them, it could be genetic. There's nothing that they can do. Others are more like environmental and lifestyle factors. Just a lot of things that comes to play. So yeah, get tested, know the root cause of what's making you gain weight, and from there you can actually figure out what to do. So as I said, I was stressed, right? So now that I know I'm stressed, you might be wondering, okay, so what did you do to reduce stress? Yes, girl, I know I did so many things, and what work for me might not work for you, but I'm gonna be explaining that in another video because I'm trying to keep this video short and straight to the point. So if you would like to watch it, make sure you subscribe so that when I drop it, you can be notified. Okay, so I did so many things to reduce stress. I did things like finding a hobby that I actually didn't know that it would actually help me reduce stress, but it actually did. So do what works for you. So the next thing that I would say is, listen, sis, get a morning routine. I don't know what that routine is going to be. If it's running, it could be as simple as having a ginger shot or apple cider vinegar in water with some lemon. Whatever you do, get a morning routine, because in my case, I had a morning routine because I needed something to, pump my metabolism, because sis, I have a very slow metabolism, okay? Like, this body doesn't like to lose weight. It just likes being thick, okay? So it was something that I had to figure out. Initially, I was having ginger shots, and I really love it because it doesn't really make me hungry. That is the thing. It curbed my appetite. So if you don't have ulcers or anything, or you don't have any tummy issues, then make sure you have a morning routine. It could be ginger shots. I love ginger shots, or you can have ACV water with a little bit of lemon when on the days that I don't really have my ginger shots or I'm out of stock. Okay, so yeah, just have a simple morning routine. The next thing, I know you always hear this, and yeah, I'm sorry to say, but it is true, cut out the sugary drinks. Yeah, I was okay. I've never really been a fan of soda, so that was kind of like easier for me to let go. I never really liked soda, so yeah, it was just like whatever. I stopped drinking sodas. However, I got a replacement. Okay, I need something to drink sometimes, so I would sometimes drink Olipop, Poppy, Popsy. There's so many of those probiotic fiber drinks, and it really helped. So the next thing that I actually did was I just air fried all my proteins. Yeah, I was not using oil in anything. Sometimes I would use them spray oils a little bit if I want to saute my veggies and things like that, but I really wasn't using oil. But I did get a bottle of avocado oil. I would use that sometimes, but it's only. Anyways, so air fry all your food. Try not to use oil because oil is very high in calories. Unless you're doing a ketogenic diet, then you're not having carbs, then I think there's no issue with that. But also, even with a ketogenic diet, you need high quality fat, not just any fat that is just going to cause more diseases. So that part. So the next thing that I would say is very important is to actually take your supplements. Okay, get your vitamin supplements. You know, personally for me, I'm very cautious. I really read all my ingredients a lot, even on supplements, because some supplements are just bogus. They're just cheap. They're just fillers that I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm very cautious about that. So I do not play with my vitamin D as a black woman. I don't play with my vitamin D, K2, magnesium. I take these together every night. They're very important. When you realize how much vitamin D is important for your body, trust me, you won't play with it. You know, it really helps with so many things. I have used myself as a test system, and I've tested those supplements, and listen, vitamin D, very important. Do not play with it, okay? I don't play with it. I always make sure I take about 10,000 to 20 IUs every day, depending. I would rotate. So today I would take 10,000 and the next day I would take 20,000. So depending on how much I take, I also up the K2 a little bit. I like taking it separately because the complex doesn't really have so much. So I just prefer taking it separately. But if you prefer the complex and you want to take 1 or 2 pills, that's fine. But yes, I like them. I just like taking them separately. So guys, that is it for this video. I have lost 60 pounds and I'm just really proud of myself because it took a while, it took some time, but as I said, this is more of a lifestyle change, building habits gradually. So I'm nowhere near, pissed about the time that it took. I'm actually quite satisfied. So right now my main aim is to lose 50 more pounds, and yes, I think I want it to take a long time because, as I said, we're building habits here. Slow and steady wins the race. So after losing 60 pounds was when I decided that, okay, it's time to go to the gym. And funny enough, the gym right now, I'm more focused on body recompositioning, and I've been loving the journey so far. Like, trust me, I get to eat almost in the same calorie deficit and I'm still losing weight. I'm building muscles. Those are very important to me. Right now, my focus is to recomposition my body. So more of losing fat while gaining muscles. Yep, so that's what I've been doing now, and I'm excited to share with you guys this journey. Right now I have about 50 pounds to reach my goal weight, and I want to take this slow. So I want y'all to come with me and join me here. If you're new here, you're welcome. Guys, so that will be all for today's video. If you found it helpful and insightful, do not forget to hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to share and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao!